Right back. Castellanos deep into left field. It is It's a drive deep left center field, and the Phillies strike.
Breaking ball popped up, shallow right. Segura going out. Castellanos coming on. Castellanos has it, and the Phillies have the National League championship.
This is Luke and I on the Phillies, brought to you by Fox Sports The Gambler.
Oh man, that was really, really ugly. That was the worst loss of the season for me. Just can't happen. In a game where you get Zach Wheeler, who now the team is 0-3 in the games that your ace starts. Yeah, I need everyone in here. This is the Luke and I Postgame Show, Phillies Tailgate. Thank you for doing this. I need us all to rant. I want all of your thoughts, all of them in the comments, on Twitter, YouTube. We're everywhere right now. This is once again the Luke and I on the Phillies Postgame Show, brought to you by Fox Sports The Gambler and sponsored by The Clutch, your best place to get all of your Philly sports t-shirts, hoodies, headbands. Make sure you use code ARCANYLUKE at checkout for 10% off. I want to hear everything. I want to hear all you guys have, your big takeaways from the game, because I have a few. And some of these things need to be talked about that we don't really want to talk about. But real quick, if you're tuned in and you luckily didn't get to watch this game, the Phillies fell to the St. Louis Cardinals 3-0, taking them down to 5-6 on the year. Phillies had 8 hits on the night and 31 at bats. They struck out 13 times. They left 8 runners on base. They were 0 for 8 with runners in scoring position. They grounded into 3 double plays. JT Realmuto left with a throat injury. We're probably not going to play tomorrow. Zach Wheeler's velocity dropped towards the end. He was tired. I don't think there was. If you guys have a single positive from tonight, I would love to hear it. I don't have a single one. And where I really want to start is just this offense. It's dreadful. They're not hitting anything hard. They're not getting any extra base hits. Whatever they're hitting is singles and infield singles and bloop hits, and they're not barreling any baseballs. They're not hitting home runs. They're 0 for 8 with runners in scoring position. They're striking out again. They're striking out at an alarming rate this season. This is ugly right now. This offense, excuse me, this offense is ugly right now. They just can't hit. I don't want to beat around the bush here. They can't hit right now. They can hit, but right now they can't hit at all. Kyle Schwarber 205, Bryce Harper 237. That would be in the 170s without his 3 home run game. Bryce Harper's had a dreadful start to this season. If you take away that 3 home run game, he's been one of the worst hitters on the team throughout the first 11 games. He's tied for second in the league with the most ground ball in a double plays. JT's having a good start to his year. Alec Boehm started off hot. He's down to 237. Bryson Stott's down to 206. Nick Castellanos, a nice 2-hit night, only at 154. So that tells you how his season's been going before tonight. Brandon Marsh. We're going to come back to Brandon Marsh because I have a proposal and it needs to happen. And if they play a baseball game tomorrow, seems like they're not going to. That there's some pretty heavy rain tomorrow in St. Louis. Fine. Here it is now. Brandon Marsh is hit 5th in this lineup. He's your best hitter right now. He's your best hitter this entire season. There's absolutely zero reason that he should be hitting 8th right now. There's no reason Bryson Stott should be hitting ahead of him right now. There's no reason Nick Castellanos should be hitting ahead of him right now. And if Bohm's so great with runners in scoring position, there's absolutely no reason why Marsh shouldn't go ahead of him. Brandon Marsh gets on base at an alarming rate. Like, it is a skyrocketed rate that Marsh gets on base. Brandon Marsh needs to hit 5th tomorrow. They need to come out tomorrow. Schwarber, Turner, Harper. I would assume Real Muto probably wouldn't play tomorrow. So then maybe, I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do with this lineup tomorrow if JT's not in there. Bohm would probably go to 4, but Brandon Marsh should hit the 5 hole tomorrow. I can't watch him hit 8th on this team. I can't watch the team's best hitter hit 8th on this team anymore. It's alarming. It's seriously an alarming thing. And I will say I am a very, I've said this the last few times. I'm a very optimistic viewer when it comes to watching the Phillies. But I mean, this is brutal, man. Like this is really, really bad baseball. They are one of the worst offenses in the entire sport right now throughout the first 11, 12 games of the season. The Phillies had chances tonight. Like there was, I believe it was 20 times that there was a runner on base that the guy at the plate got out tonight. So technically at the end of the inning, I believe it was 8 runners left on base, but 8 runners left on base throughout the entire game was around 20. 2 on, 1 out in the 5th. Ground into a double play. 2 on, no outs in the 6th. Ground into a double play. Bases loaded. 1 out in the 7th. As Zach Wheeler's going out there and giving you all he's got. After that early home run and after some soft contact other than that. Bases loaded, 1 out in the 7th. You go back-to-back strikeouts. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Where is this approach that I heard about all season? It's our chase rate's going to go down. And Kevin Long has been working on the chase rate. And Kevin Long's been working on this team barreling baseballs more and late game situational hitting. It's out the window right now. And I get it. This team will turn it on. And I'm not saying they're going to miss the playoffs. I'm not saying they're the 5th best team in their division, but it's embarrassing right now. Like, they have absolutely no juice. They look lost. They look straight up lost out there. Phillies are 30 for 157 with men on base this season. They're hitting 191. They're 30th in baseball with men on base this season. They're 30th in average. The only teams that they trail are the Twins and the White Sox. The White Sox are like one of the worst teams in baseball, and the Phillies are down there. Do we have the most infield hits in all of Major League Baseball, says Zach. I don't have the specific number, but it damn sure feels like it. They're not putting any juice behind these balls. Kyle Schwarber seems to have while we've been getting more, base hits out of Schwarber, this home run swing, maybe regression is a little concerning. And listen, that'll come back and he'll go on some crazy tear once we get to June, obviously. But he's not hitting the balls hard right now. He sacrificed some exit velocity for a few points in the average. But once again, the average is back down to 205. So I want to dig into Zach Wheeler a little bit because I thought other than the home run, I thought Wheeler looked really good. Zach Wheeler, 7 innings pitched, 6 hits, 3 earned runs, 5 strikeouts, one home run. Sorry, give me one sec here. Wheeler's been great this year. Wheeler's been for about 99% of the time. Wheeler has been the ace that you need him to be. Exactly, Zach. we sent Zach Wheeler out there in the 7th inning just because we needed to save our bullpen. When realistically, the fact that our ace is out there eating innings to save our bullpen, that's an issue. And that's an issue that relies on the offense. I'm tired of this offense. I'm tired of these basic T-ball errors. Like, why is Brandon Marsh throwing that ball to home plate to try and throw the runner out? That led to another run. Like, what are we doing? Brandon Marsh is not throwing him out from 320 feet away. Like, it's not happening. And it's not like the throw was even close. He was 35 feet to the right. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing right now? It's frustrating. I mean, I'm frustrated, obviously, as you can tell. They need to come out tomorrow if they play, and they need a big day. And there's nothing that's telling me that they're going to. Granted, you could say it's Lance Lynn, so like whatever. But you let Sonny Gray, a guy who's an awesome pitcher, but a guy who's making his debut of the season, and he's on a 60 pitch count. You're making him look like Nolan Ryan out there. Like, what are we doing? There's no approach. There's nothing. There's nothing to the offense. Bryce Harper looks lost. Castellanos, even after a good night, still kind of looks lost. Trey Turner's getting there. Trey looks better. A lot of infield singles, but he's getting the ball in play. I will give him that. Marsh is the only one. Bryson Stott looks lost. Alec Boehm looks pretty lost right now. I believe he had the one hit earlier, but just concerning. I'm concerned. So I want to hear if you guys have any other thoughts. Once again, this is the Luke and I on the Phillies postgame show, brought to you by Fox Sports The Gambler. The Phillies dropped their game tonight to the Cardinals by a final score of 3-0. A really, really frustrating one. The win goes to Sonny Gray. 5 innings pitched, 5 hits, 0 earned runs, 5 strikeouts. The loss goes to Zach Wheeler. 7 innings pitched, 6 hits, 3 earned runs, 5 strikeouts. And the save goes to sorry, not the save. There was no save. Just bad. Sorry, no. That goes to Ryan Helsley, the save. His fourth save of the year already. There's nothing telling me right now that within the next week and a half, there's nothing telling me that this offense will turn it around. And I get it. We're gonna get on here and we're gonna ramble, and we all know that in a month and a half they're gonna come out firing. But don't lie to us in the offseason and tell us that your biggest focus going into this year is getting off to a hot start, because that's certainly not the case. If your goal going into this season was to play better baseball out of the rip, you have absolutely failed at your number one goal. Bad. They're 5-6 right now. They haven't played. The Reds have surprised some people so far this year. The Cardinals are the Cardinals. Like, they're not that good. Like, that lineup's not that good. Paul Goldschmidt is still good, but like he's not Paul Goldschmidt from 4 years ago. Nolan Arenado still plays great defense. Nolan Arenado looks hurt, by the way, at the plate. I don't know if anyone saw that last night. Something's up with Arenado up there. But like, this isn't a tough schedule. And granted, they welcome the Pirates to Citizens Bank for the next 4 games after this series, who Pirates, I believe, lost today. But they're 9-3. Like, they're going to come in here and they're going to give us some trouble. Matt Labicki, clap your hands, everybody. Hey, baby, come on now. It's bad. It's just really bad. So, I mean, after this, 4 against the Pirates, a 9-3 team that's not really playing for anything, right? I think they know that give them 3 months, they're probably going to fall off. So they're just kind of rolling right now. Pirates for 4, Rockies for 3. Should be an easy 3 games. I don't know if it's going to be an easy 3 games right now. 3 more against the White Sox, one of the worst teams, if not the worst team in baseball right now. should be 3 easy wins. I don't know if it's going to be 3 easy wins, right? All these games are at home, and I don't see any signs right now of why I should believe this team's going to go on some crazy run in April. Is it going to take them all the way till June again? I sure hope not, because you have a situation now at the Braves. Spencer Strider's on the 15-day IL, most likely going to need Tommy John surgery. He's going to be out for the year. Max Fried looks horrible. Chris Sale, while he's looked pretty good so far, there's no guarantee in him giving you a full season anymore. Bryce Elder stinks. Like, this Braves offense will continue to mash like they always do. I don't know what that score ended up being tonight. I didn't get to check. Braves beat the Mets 6-5. Listen, I mean, I think we all know where this Braves offense stands, but I mean, their bullpen kind of stinks. Their starters are going down. Like, the Phillies have such an opportunity right now to go and run away with this thing. And you're 30th in the league with men on base. You're 30th in the league with men on base. And you're supposed to be the third best team in the National League. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? Once again, I want to hear your thoughts. If you're in here, if you want to talk Sixers, let's talk Sixers. Whatever. Clap your hands. How'd Embiid do? Yeah, did anyone see that shot from Embiid? He like threw it backwards behind his head, falling to the ground. What did that Sixers box score look like? Let's check that real quick. Sorry, I need a minute away from this baseball team. Sixers took down the Pistons 120-102. Embiid 37, 11 and 8 from Embiid on 22 shots in 36 minutes. Kelly Oubre is a dog, huh? Tobias Harris, 15 points. Never doubted Tobias. Batum, 2 points in 29 minutes. That's solid. Buddy Hield, 18 points off the bench. Sorry, the Phillies are so bad right now that you have me talking about the Sixers. So bottom line right now, it's the offense, and they have to figure it out. And it starts with Bryce Harper. Listen, I don't think there's many people on this earth that enjoy watching Bryce Harper play baseball more than I do. One of my favorite things in the world is watching Bryce Harper hit a baseball. But without his 3 home run game, he's 6 for 34 this year with 9 strikeouts. Just not good enough. It's simply not good enough. Kyle Schwarber tanked off. Castellanos, while he had the 2-hit night, looks lost. Mike Trout hit his 6th bomb tonight. Yeah, let's go trout fishing, baby. Come on. Bring them home. I mean, right? Like, realistically, like, if you're Dave Dombrowski, and I know we're 11 games into the season, whatever, blah, blah, blah. I mean, you're going all in for Mike Trout at the deadline. You simply have to. You have to go get another bat. You need a dominant right-handed bat in this lineup. And you have Trey who will turn it on like he did last year. But Castellanos isn't some full season dominant righty bat. Castellanos is good when he's hot, and he's horrible when he's not. JT, I still think JT is going to have the best season of his career as a Philly. And he got off to a pretty awesome start. But come playoff time, I don't think I can trust JT as my best in quotes best right-handed bat. Give me all of Mike Trout at the deadline. I need it, right? JT Realmuto has a bruised neck. Real quick, an update from Matt Gelb. Realmuto has a bruised neck. Phillies checked him for a concussion, and they think he'll be good. They will see how he feels tomorrow. So I mean, day game tomorrow. I would be shocked if JT's in the lineup tomorrow. You'll probably get Garrett Stubbs out there with Aaron Nola. Aaron Nola on the bump tomorrow against Lance Lynn. I believe that game is a 1:30 start. Yeah, 1:15. tomorrow. So yeah, Phillies look to get back to 500. Last minute, real quick, if you guys have any final thoughts, get them in here. What are we thinking? Who's the most disappointing right now? Because it's ugly. I mean, I can't believe 11 games in, I'm sitting here asking, where would this offense be without Brandon Marsh? What would our record be? I want to hear your thoughts. What would our record be without Brandon Marsh this year? Would we have over 3 wins? We might be 3-8 without Brandon Marsh. 2-9, something like that. That's a problem. The energy just isn't there with these guys. Yeah, it's just not. They look like they're going through the motions. And granted, they do this every April, and I can't reiterate this enough. I'm gonna sit here tonight and I'm gonna be all frustrated, and then they're gonna go out and whatever, a month and a half, 2 months, whatever, and they're gonna play great. But for now, it's extremely frustrating. It's not fun to watch, and for a team that wants to keep the fans and knows how into this team the fans are, they're just like slowly kind of letting them slip. Not necessarily to not watch, it's just day by day, you just lose a little bit of trust in them. And I mean, hopefully once we get to the summer and it's these hot nights at the bank, and the ball starts flying out, then they'll get hot. Because I mean, I'd be still willing to bet you that I'd be willing to take the Phillies odds to win the division still right now. I would still take their odds to win 90 plus games. But it's just bad right now, because this team is built to be able to win close to 100 games. But this team that is built like this is just not playing like that right now. And it's frustrating. Yeah, 2-7. Yeah, I mean, I'd probably be willing to say the Phillies have 3 wins if they don't have Brandon Marsh, which is very, very concerning. So with that, that's another edition of the Luke and I Postgame Show. Thanks for hanging out. The Phils fall again to the Cardinals, 3-0, 5-6 on the year. Back at it tomorrow, 1:15. I'm gonna rant to you guys for the last 20 minutes, and I'm gonna be so tuned in tomorrow, like I think we all will be. So with that, thanks for hanging out, and we'll see you probably back on Monday. So I will see you guys then.